Hi, welcome to ENT 1490, Launching Ventures at JCC. This is the spring 2022 semester. My name is Sarah Bray, and I'll be your instructor for the class. The purpose of this video is to give you a short welcome and show you the syllabus as well as Blackboard and how we will use Blackboard in our class. When you log into Blackboard and go to our course, you'll be taken directly to the announcements page. You'll see this image of a cardboard rocket ship. And as you scroll down a little bit, you'll see your first announcement posted here. It's actually going to direct you to this video, so you've probably already read this announcement. I will start first by showing you the syllabus. We have two for the course. First is what's called an institutional course syllabus, and the other is an instructor course syllabus. The institutional course syllabus covers every section of this class that is being offered at JCC, regardless of instructor or modality. So it covers things like the course description, the learning objectives, and the topics that are covered in the class. So you'll see the learning objectives. We're going to work on developing, testing, and validating a prototype idea for a new business venture. We'll demonstrate an understanding of entrepreneurship fundamentals in a few specific areas. Those are intellectual property, funding sources, this is a bit of a typo, I'll have to get that fixed, and market research. Next, we're going to demonstrate an understanding of various forms of business ownership, and infused throughout the course, you'll be identifying entities that offer support services to business startups in a targeted region. Primarily, we focus on JCC's service area, so Cattaraugus, Chautauqua, Allegheny counties, northwestern PA. You'll see as well in this institutional course syllabus some college-wide policies for students like the civility statement, student responsibility, and academic integrity. If you require any accommodations to be successful in the class, you'll see a link to accessibility services as well as other support resources that could be from JCC or out in the community. I don't think we'll be impacted by any emergency closing procedures because we're an asynchronous online course, but that information is here as well. What's a little bit more relevant for us is the instructor course syllabus. And when you open this, you'll see that it is a Google Doc, and I will update it periodically throughout the semester. If I make any updates, I'll be sure to let you know, and I will also include an updated date for the last update, so you'll see if the one that you have is most current or not. In the the instructor syllabus, you'll see a few specific things like my contact information, phone number, email. I'm primarily in the Olean campus, Cattaraugus County for JCC, and I'll use a consistent link for office hours. So if you want to meet with me, we can do that in a couple different ways. I would expect we'd probably meet most often online because it's an online class. However, if you happen to be an on-campus student and you're in Olean, you're welcome to come by my office hours. We can meet in person. We can also communicate through email and also on the phone. Typically, I find that a short Zoom session can handle most course questions in a short period of time. It's actually much more efficient than emailing back and forth. Email is a great tool, but it stinks for teaching and learning, so let's just set up a quick Zoom, and I'm happy to help you with anything that you might need for the class. These are my student hours right here. Monday and Wednesday, 9 to 11:30, Tuesday, Thursday, 11:30 to 1. So those are the hours that I have set aside specifically for students. You can schedule an appointment with me in Starfish for a time slot during those times. They will be open for you unless, of course, another student has already grabbed an appointment in there. If those times don't work for you, then you're welcome to just send me an email if you're maybe in work or you have another class during those times. We can set up a different time to meet. But those are my dedicated student hours, and please use Starfish to set up an appointment. It's the easiest way. The syllabus goes on to tell you a few other things. What to expect. First is that I want to help you succeed. I'm here to support you in any way possible. This is an asynchronous online course, so we don't have any specific meeting times. There are deadlines and due dates, which I do expect you to follow, but you can work on your own time whenever is convenient for you, provided you're submitting the work on time. I will send probably 2 weekly announcements, 1 or 2. Most weeks will be 2, and those will go directly to your JCC email in addition to being posted in Blackboard. So make sure you're checking that JCC email every single day. That's the best way that instructors and the college communicate with you. We don't have a specific textbook. We have a lot of different resources that we're going to use throughout the course. Everything's available for free online, so you do not need to buy a book. In terms of assignments, you're going to see it's varied. We do a lot of different things. We use different resources for learning content, and you submit work in a variety of ways. Some things will be quizzes, some things will be course discussions. You'll be making prototypes, you'll be interviewing customers. Our final project is a pitch deck of a summary of a business, and that needs to be recorded and submitted in a discussion in the class. So your classmates will see that project as well. One thing I want you to know is that I'm happy to review your homework with you if you want to either meet through Zoom to go over an assignment, or if you want to send it to me by email no later than noon on Wednesday of the week that it's due. Because we don't have an opportunity for face-to-face questions in a classroom, I do like to offer this as an option to have your work reviewed. Just make sure you get that to me by noon on Wednesday, and please send it by email. I do not log into assignment drop boxes prior to due dates. I wait until everything's due, then I go in and I grade. So if you're submitting it early and expecting me to check it, that's just not going to work out. So please send it to me by email. As I mentioned, we do have due dates, and I do expect you to follow them, but at the same point, I get that we're living through some really uncertain times. And so if you're unable to submit your work on time, please just let me know. I can almost always give you an extension. We'd be talking a couple days, maybe a week at most, so that you can get your work submitted without any penalty. If you forget to request an extension, and if you forget to turn in the work, the late assignment penalty is pretty small. It's only 10% off for every 24-hour period that something is late. So let's say it's a 20-point assignment, you'll lose 2 points for every day that it's late. Your grades are made up based on, typo, there we go. That's the nice thing about Google Docs, we can change it on the fly. Your grades are made up of those weekly homework assignments. They'll be 85% of your final grade. And then that final pitch deck presentation is going to be 15% of your grade. But what you'll find is that we build up to completion of that project. So you'll have most of the content. You really just need to assemble it and record a presentation at the end of the class. Everything will be based on percentages, and here's the percentages you need in order to earn a specific letter grade for the class. Here's our tentative course schedule. So every week you'll see the Monday starting day of the week, what you are looking at throughout the week and what you're learning about, and then the assignment or assignments to complete, and the due dates. These are all Thursdays at 11:59, except for the very last assignment is due on May 11th. It's the last day of classes, and it is a Wednesday. Other policies for you to know about, communication is important. As I mentioned already, please check your JCC email every single day. And if you want to meet with me, Starfish is the best way. I'm also going to set up the Remind app for our class. So we already have a code. If you text 81010 with the subject or the message at ENT149, that will prompt you to join the class. If you've ever used the Remind app, it's a great way that I can send a quick reminder or update to your cell phone. And you can also communicate directly with me. If you want to send a quick message, it goes to my phone. If it's a quick question, that's a fantastic way for us to communicate. If it's more drawn out, then maybe an email or even a Zoom session is better. But for quick things, Remind app works really well. One thing I do want to mention is we're going to use professional communications. And so that includes things like capitalizing the letter I, using full sentences, capital letters were appropriate, greetings, punctuation, all those good things. So we're definitely going to practice proper communication throughout the class. You can read the rest of these things. Nothing else here is particularly unique or groundbreaking, so I'll let you look at those on your own. The last thing I'll show you here is the way that we have the course set up. So we're going to go week by week with that pitch deck and presentation as the final assignment in the class. You don't see the different weeks just yet, but know that they are here and will be opened up for you when the time comes. Within each week, you're going to see very similar organization. You'll have the week's goals broken down by the things you're learning, the resources you're going to need, and the assignments to complete. All of the resources will be located in the resources folder. Sometimes there's going to be a little video, like there will be for week 1. We've got videos where I'm leading a conversation scattered throughout the course. Not every week has a video, but many of them do. There's also some slides and other materials you might need. Then the week's assignments will be in this assignments folder. Some weeks have 1 assignment, some weeks have 2. So week 1 has a short syllabus quiz that you can take on that instructor course syllabus. And there's also an introductory discussion post. You have to go through a particular exercise first. It's that pilot your purpose exercise that you'll see as you start reading through week 1 resources. And then here are the directions for completing that discussion. That's how we'll organize Blackboard. Everything needs to be submitted in Blackboard. I will do the grading in Blackboard. And so that's extra helpful that you submit all of your work in Blackboard. That will help us both stay organized. I think that's the main stuff. If we've worked together in the past, I think you'll see some similarities, at least in organization, and a little bit in course content. With the entrepreneurship courses, we have to cover some basics in entrepreneurship and design thinking in each of the classes, so you might see a small bit of overlap in terms of content, a lot of similarities in terms of organization, but also a lot of new and interesting things as well. So welcome to the class. I'm excited to work with you, and I look forward to a great semester. Thanks so much.